That's my web shoot right there. I'm talking very mentally challenged Chinese right now.
Beatbox the intro to Fat Album.
Welcome to the movie review extravaganza. What's supposed to be a day off for most, but we are here for you, and not just for you, but we're here for a certain superhero that's actually sitting in our midst right now. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm one of your heroes this evening, Corey Coleman. Oh, got here Gertz. Oh, we got over here Hipster Venom. How you doing? What's going on, man?
I'm burning up.
Yeah, you gonna pass out in that shit, man. You better take that off.
I gotta take it off. Does everybody get their photos now?
Yeah, okay, everybody get their Photoshop material for Mark. He can't even find the zipper. Look at it. He's passing out right now. He's clawing his face off. Where is it? There it is. There it is. You got it? He got himself tangled up in his own hoodie. Oh, there he is, giving birth. Coming out that spider canal. How you doing, man? Martin Thomas, the
hey,
rebirth.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Oh, and everybody's hero out here, Mr. Goodwin. How you doing,
hey, guys.
Sir? Pretty good. To see you. Good to see you. If you couldn't tell, today we have the Spider-Man review for you, the one that everybody's been looking forward to. Been getting a lot of good word of mouth out there. Some people, that's an understatement. No, this has been getting raves from the folks out there. And before we get to our opinion, now I told you guys right now, we all love Spider-Man in here. I mean, the guy, we got a 50-year-old man with a Spider-Man hoodie. He said when he came in, he's like, I didn't
52.
Get this. Oh, I'm sorry. He's like, I didn't. He's like, man, this has been in my closet waiting for this day.
Broke the glass.
Ran out and do that Superman shit.
Yeah, it was covered in actual spiders.
Cobwebs and shit.
Authentic.
But he got it now. So we love Spider-Man up in here. So I'm just telling you right now, we're going to go deep with it. It might be a little long, but it's important to talk about the history of Spider-Man, to talk about what they got right and what they got wrong with this new Spider-Man. And first thing that they got right was recognizing that Sony was fucking up.
Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man, that is the reboot after the Sam Raimi Spider-Man series, after Spider-Man 3 kind of went off the rails, with even the director coming out and saying, yeah, I fucked up. But
Mark Webb.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about Sam Raimi.
Oh, Sam, yeah.
But Mark Webb, I mean, this motherfucker that was his destiny to direct a Spider-Man movie. Mm-hmm. He was a Marvel comic. I mean, it wasn't just that they messed up Spider-Man. There was some things that they were getting okay with it, but they got too ambitious. They were trying to start a Spider-Verse and then really concentrating on the hero himself. They wanted to do a Sinister Six. They even talking about Aunt May going out there and being a spy. People like, hey, she's a spy. How come she don't know she got a goddamn spider boy living in her fucking house? Exactly. That's when Marvel finally came in and said, give it here. Give it here. God damn it.
You clearly don't know what you're doing.
You don't know what you're doing with it. And to its credit, the first Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man, cinematically, people consider that to be the best. And Spider-Man 2. But don't ask Martin about it.
Don't even ask me about it.
Spider-Man, Sam Raimi, 2002, that's where they finally got it right. And I'll be honest with you that I wasn't crazy about it, but it was the best one we had. Not crazy about
You
it.
didn't like that Nickelback and...
That was your favorite part.
I know they gave us the gift of Nickelback. But before we get into this Spider-Man Homecoming, you got to look at a brief history of Spider-Man to see why some of the things that they got right here people are really raving about. And they had so many different versions of Spider-Man, but they never got the Spider-Man Peter Parker high school combo down.
Right.
I know it's a hard combination and they tried, but we've had over 50 years to do that. And nobody has done it. At least not in my opinion.
Well, they never focused on high school all that much.
It's 1967. That animated Spider-Man that came out.
The father of many memes.
The father of many memes out there, and gave us that real snazzy tune.
Spider-Man does whatever Spider-Man, look out!
There goes the Spider-Man. You know, he's out there swinging with cocktails and shit.
And there must be some contractual obligation where they have to squeeze that song into every movie that comes out.
You remember that song because once you hear it, you be going around Spider-Man. God damn it! Yeah. they will tell you. Now we got it because I mean he was in high school. Y'all a goddamn lie. Listen to this man here.
There are few things freakier than a bleary-eyed, typical teenage superhero. I've got enough hang-ups already.
That ain't Peter Parker. That's goddamn Adam West under that list. That's Spider middle-aged man with that.
Uncle Ben found his outfit.
Yeah.
I'm Spider-Man now.
Like 30 Rock. Hey, fellow kids.
Yeah, exactly. Sitting up there, a 40-year-old man trying to say I'm a teenager. Hey, can a teenager get some rest tonight? Hey, am I right, fellow kids? Huh?
Hey, balding kid, give me your lunch. Aw.
Maybe high school not working, so we're gonna put him up in college. You know, a lot of times he was in college.
Sure.
They had that 70s Spider-Man that ran on CBS. This is where you went from kind of swinging cool Spider-Man to that disco Spider-Man.
Is this a porn?
I know. You expect him to start fucking a little bit. Got that polyester Spider-Man suit.
That hardcore Henry.
Hey, baby. He's winking at people. It's almost like that music is so good. He ain't even fighting them. I'm like, ooh, shit.
Just digging it.
It's nice. Motherfuckers start doing the hustle. And again, you got an older guy. Now, I know he's in college, but goddamn, there's a 35-year-old man still trying to go for that degree right there.
Oh, he went back. He's trying to get his master's.
Yeah. He's on that long plan right there. He's in graduate school. Nicholas Hammond played him, and he was in...
Sound of Music. He was the oldest Van Trapp kid.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they said veteran actor for him.
He was in two things.
Yeah. I love that 70s Spider-Man because them effects, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. Like they can't. They're just confused. Like, did he just ejaculate on us?
Yeah.
It's like they couldn't get up before the web even fell on them.
Get this wrist jizz off me.
You went to the party bar?
You just get up mad. Yeah. Fuck you, dude.
Spirit of Halloween store.
The 70s gave me my favorite Spider-Man theme. Not the one that you heard in the CBS show, but the one that was on PBS when Spider-Man was hanging out with Morgan Freeman and Bill
Electric
Cosby
Company.
on the Electric Company.
Spider-Man, where are you coming from, Spider-Man? Nobody knows who you are.
I just he got stabbed in the last one. Nobody knows who you.
That's why there was a break in between. He's like, who? Oh,
We don't talk about who Spider-Man is.
Don't say my name, bitch.
Spider-Man is.
Actually, I think that song was so good to him that he just came in there.
Nobody knows who you
For the marbles.
Again, being unique, you didn't even get Peter Parker.
No.
It was just Spider. Nobody knows who you are. Like,
Yeah.
who this
He didn't even
motherfucker?
talk.
Yeah, he didn't even talk. And the other funny thing is, like, he didn't shoot webs. He shot ropes. Because they didn't have the budget to do any kind of web effects.
Take it to the police station. I need that back. We got to play volleyball later.
Everybody talked regularly, but Spider-Man spoke with word balloons.
Comic book.
He hiccuped his sounds like, wow. Yeah, unlike the way Corey Goon was like, what the fuck?
Yo, man, I feel bad for y'all.
It was the 70s, man.
Hey man, we were happy to get whatever we got.
Okay.
Yeah. And even in some of the animation that we had in the 80s, they put him back in college.
Spider-Man and his amazing...
Giant letters are attacking the city.
That's a nice big pad they got
Man,
there.
they had like a super dorm.
I like that picture, man. Like Peter's just chilling, stars in the back. Bobby's like, "Hey, welcome, guys."
On this ice table.
Bobby, stop being weird.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the dorm of justice.
Yeah. Every time that table melted, like, Bobby, clean that shit up, man. Fuck, go to IKEA, get a regular table like everybody else.
Well, in the comics, Iceman did just recently come out as gay.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well,
Congrats, Bobby. We should have seen the song.
I'm about to say the 80s cartoon tried to tell us.
Ahead of the curve, man.
A lot of unique things out there, including that Japanese Spider-Man, that weird one. He had a robot that he used to fight giant rubber monsters. Yeah.
Of course.
The final thing that I want to say where they really brought him back to high school was Spectacular Spider-Man the Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What year was that?
It, oh,
It was like early 2000s.
Early
It
2000s.
was, but they made that all about high school. It took the best from everything, from the video games, from the comics, from all the previous cartoons, from even the Sam Raimi movies. Some of the action sequences were just taken directly from the Sam Raimi movies.
For a character that everybody considers as your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, fun-loving Spider-Man, Spider-Man got a lot of tragic shit going on with him. And even this show was kind of a downer sometimes.
Another banner episode in the life of Peter Parker. Terry's left with no father. I'm left with no Gwen.
I think that was one of the last episodes where it was just he lost everything. And when you think about it, Spider-Man's life is really full of tragedy. You got Gwen Stacy died on his ass. Harry Osborn died on him, and everybody remembers Uncle Ben out there.
Well, yeah, it started with the death of his his father figure, his uncle.
His Uncle Ben. I was giving you this history right here because that is what makes this Spider-Man, the new one that we have here, Spider-Man Homecoming. That's what makes this work. They pulled a lot of the tragedy away. This is mostly a comedy. And they brought him back not as a 30-year-old looking high school student. He looks like a high school student with other high school students.
It's my chance to prove myself.
We have a Spanish quiz.
You gotta get better at this part of the job.
I don't understand. I'm intimidated. Oh, hey, guys.
You know, what the fuck?
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, he chokes him. Hulk, what have you done? But yeah, maybe I'm a little biased, but like I said, I've been wanting a high school Peter Parker that's not whining all the time. That's when he should be cracking a joke or being funny, ain't worrying about his friend that's gone off the deep end or always saying, "Oh, fuck my Uncle Ben." Man, Uncle Ben gone. Shit, crack a joke, smile. It's funny now. It's good. Enough time has passed.
That was last week, man.
Yeah, you know.
Get over yourself.
Yeah. I'm tired of this shit. And we're all tired of that Uncle Ben story. The benefit of catching a young Peter Parker is that Peter Parker reacts like me if I had superpowers.
Hell yeah!
I'm so happy now that we got a fucking superhero that is happy to have superpowers, is excited about it. Because look, almost everybody in the Marvel Universe right now, they haven't been as excited as Peter Parker. They've even been like, well, you know, I mean, I'm entitled to this. I was born with it, like Thor. Or my powers are so dangerous and I'm so morose about it.
It's a curse. It's a burden.
Yeah, like the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or you like Tony Stark. Well, man, well, you know, it's something I just do. You know? Ain't nobody excited like Peter Parker. Peter Parker got his powers. He's like, for my fucking God.
It was the most amazing thing that's ever happened. So Mrs. Stark was like, "Hey, Artemis, hey, what's up, everybody?" And then, "Hey, just a second, coming."
We have thin walls here.
Now shut the fuck up and go to bed. You know, that's how we would all be teenagers if we had that power. Give me some power, I'd be shitting all day.
If we weren't assholes as teenagers, yes.
The capturing how serious it is for a kid to have this kind of power, because he's irresponsible. He's a kid. He's a kid with the keys to the car for the first time. You pretty much gave a dangerous piece of machinery to a child and said, now go out there and kill somebody.
And I know you're a good kid and all, but you don't really know what you're doing in a car.
You're looking at this and you feel scared for him in a way.
But the thing is, you really sympathize with him because, you know, somebody taking you out of the D leagues and like, all right, you're coming up now. You're fighting, you know, Captain America and Falcon and Vision and everybody. You're like, I'm having a blast. And then he's like, all right, now go back to your shitty neighborhood. You're like, fuck you, Tony.
Hey, man, that was wrong.
Yeah, it was. Tony just straight up tells him, if Cap wanted to kick your ass, he would have kicked your ass.
Yeah. Being that we are concentrating more on fun, we are getting that Peter Parker slash Spider-Man combo that finally makes sense. Even when he's going to fight somebody and he thinks that he's being cool, he's still being kind of awkward.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. Hulk gives it away.
Now, after he did that, he got the shit knocked out of him.
Yep.
I don't want to give too much away, and I don't want to show too much. I cut it off there, but trust me, that fight did not go as cool as he thought it was. And we were all laughing too, man. That's my Spider-Man. Oh, God damn. Get up, boy. The good thing about him being a kid in general who probably has powers that he shouldn't have is that this is not a way for them to get another Marvel character in there just to market the next movie.
Right.
Tony Stark completely fits in here, serves a major purpose here, and they have him in here just enough,
right?
You know, but he's in here he works because he is a mentor to Peter, and because somebody needs to keep Peter's ass in line, and Tony Stark sees that, and this is probably the most genuine appearance that they've had with a Marvel character from this universe appearing in another movie.
Well, I mean, you know, Robert Downie Jr. as Tony Stark, he behaves with Peter exactly like he does with the kid in Iron Man 3. He's very consistent with that.
Yeah.
And except here he has a kid who is very smart, and he's giving him a suit to go along with the powers. And he is being a mentor. He's not being necessarily responsible enough to be there all the time.
Not an attentive mentor.
Not an attentive mentor. That's his problem.
I mean, look, let's just get right down to it. I'm gonna explain to you several reasons why to this review why Tony Stark is an asshole. He's one of those guys who wants to do the right thing because he's got a guilty conscience, but he can't stop being asshole Tony Stark.
When's our next retreat?
What, next mission? We'll call you. All right?
It's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you.
You know, the reason why it's funny, but it's sad because Peter looks up to Tony so much.
Dad,
and Tony Stark is that rich divorced dad who just comes by to bring you gifts and then says, all right, fuck off, kid. And he goes off with his new young wife. And then poor Peter is just waiting for a call. And everybody's talking about, Tony, call your son. It ain't my fucking son. Call him, man. He needs a man in his life. May is cool, but he needs a man in his life. You've already opened that door. He looks up to you. And Tony they actually showed Tony, when he gets a call from Peter, he's out drinking. He's partying.
He's like the Steve Jobs of the Marvel Universe.
Yes. And when he does show up, it's only to go like, what did you do?
Yeah.
What did you do what I told you to do?
Exactly.
It was empty.
He only shows up when Peter's in trouble. Like he's done something bad, not like he needs help.
Yeah. It's like your parents getting called from their job and when you do something at school.
Yes.
I had to leave my job to come all the way down here.
Come through them doors like shit.
I mean, Tony Stark really is. He introduced this boy to this world, called him when he needed something.
Oh yeah,
that's right. When he needed. Peter didn't call him. Peter wasn't even fucking with him. And Tony Stark's the one like, hey man, you want to go to a cool fight?
Kid, I need a favor. And now
and he's telling him like, and poor Peter spending the whole movie just trying to get a call. Just
Tony kept giving him, you knew what this was. You knew what this was when we started.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, man.
I love their relationship because it really is a relationship that's, I mean, they playing it like it is. I mean, Tony really don't care, and this boy is kind of being abandoned in a way.
You know what I loved is how when we watched the trailer, we were worried that it was going to be the Spider-Man Iron Man show the whole time.
Yeah.
The Iron Man would be in there 50%. But that one scene that shows them together, I don't remember that even
ain't in the movie.
It's not in the movie. Yeah, it's not even there.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark is in there, not that much, but just enough.
Yeah. This gives us everything that we want in an origin story without having to give us an origin story. This is a guy, look, his powers, he's going through puberty right now. It's like watching an origin story without having to watch all the details that we've seen before and all the little tidbits that we really don't need. It's trimming the fat.
All the sadness. We don't need to be that sad. When you get your powers, we get it.
Well, another reason we're discovering this character all over again, it's like, we got a new actor, it's a new cast, and it's coming out fresh, but also he has this suit. And some things we know, we've grown up with Spider-Man, we know what his power set is, but there's things he can do with the suit, especially at a point where he unlocks it. And so with every new thing, we're excited too, like, ooh, what's he gonna do now? And can he handle it?
And can he handle it? Or just what does the suit do? And it's not can he handle it, it's like, okay, how's he gonna fuck this up?
Exactly.
What are you gonna blow up now?
That suit is almost like a secondary villain in this. Because that suit screws him over a lot.
I know that suit's like, I didn't do that. I told you it was there. I didn't tell you to use it.
You don't know how to use this yet?
This world, everybody's used to gods, monsters, and heroes. And because it's at this point, everybody's so used to it that when Spider-Man does show up, everybody in the neighborhood like, who gives a shit?
Right.
You know?
Like having Captain America do your gym announcements is normal now.
Dude. That is true, man. I mean, they show how average people just, if you're not one of the superstars of heroes, like the Avengers, because everybody keeps saying, hey, well, are you an Avenger? No. Do you know the Avengers? Kind of. Well, fuck it. If you can't introduce me to them, then why am I talking to you? it's so normal now to have these heroes that I love the way they've actually made it believable that Spider-Man, not Peter Parker, Spider-Man can just walk through the neighborhood and nobody's saying anything. He gives a woman directions and everybody's just walking by. One person is saying, look at Spider-Man. Oh, yeah. Okay, I have a hot dog with onions, man.
There are a lot of really funny scenes where people are just like, hey, and then they just keep going with their daily lives.
Yeah, and even when they're so used to it, it's like, okay, you shoot webs, that's cool, but hey, do a flip. I'm like, hey, all right, I go back to work now. Another thing that they've done here is they've made the kids in the movie feel real.
Oh yeah, well they all look young.
Yes.
The school feels real. It's a very multicultural school, as New York is. I don't know why this has been a problem for so long. They've mixed up the race on some of your favorite characters. Sorry, deal with it. It works. And just what they've done, all the stuff with school, it has very much the feel of a John Hughes movie. It's a lot like 16 Candles.
Yeah, that's the reason why they actually changed the race of a lot of these kids, or just mixed it up a little bit, because we've had the high school be full of stereotypes for so long. And these are types. Don't get me wrong. Tony Revolori as Flash, Flash Thompson, they like, well, the Flash I know was big and white, and it was a jock. And this dude right here is short, brown, and he's on the debate team.
Well, and the thing is, with the last two franchise, the Flash Thompson they had, sure, he was a big white guy, but they had him be pretty much a criminal. Like, especially in the second Spider-Man, they would have a prison yard fight in that movie.
Oh no, they did. They beat the fuck out of him. But I'm like, and no teachers batted an eye.
No teachers, say anything.
Well, you Spider-Man.
That's how life is in the streets.
It's like, this is a school.
Exactly. Magnet school. The high-tech school.
Apparently it tracks violence.
And, but here you got a Flash Thompson. Yeah, he's a bully because he knows how to tease him better than anybody
But
else.
that's the thing about it. What they did was they changed, like they changed this kid to a brown, he's just a collar popping douchebag. That's all he is. He's not somebody that's beating up Peter Parker.
No. He's a spoiled rich kid.
He's a spoiled rich kid, and he's childish too. Like Peter ain't even fucking with him. Just walking down the hall, and here comes Flash. Hey, everybody say Penis Parker, and everybody like, okay, you got money. It's like Penis Parker.
I like how he's a nerd, but he's also the worst person on their team. I love that too.
And that's the thing. When you have these kids, they could be types, but changing the race of them a little bit and just making them be kids, because none of them are playing their types too hard.
Sure.
They're just a bunch of kids that are acting like kids because they're riffing on each other. In this scene I'm about to show you, you see an example of both those things. What was his best friend's name?
Is it Ed?
Joseph Bateon. And in this scene, you're going to see how he gets along with his best friend like they're just kids, and then when they actually get ready to go to the debate or whatever that they're doing, you get to see how all these kids, including Flash, how they're just acting like regular kids, just talking shit to each other.
You can't just quit on us, stroll up, and be welcomed back by everyone.
Hey, welcome back, Peter. Flash, you're back to first alternate.
What?
He's taking your place. Excuse me, can we go already? Because I was hoping to get in some light protesting in front of one of the embassies before dinner. So.
I'm gonna kick your ass on the bus.
I love that Flash ain't a real bully. He's just petty. Take that shit then. I love this. And Zendaya, the girl who's talking about protesting,
she might be my favorite character in this whole movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She's just playing that art loner chick.
Yeah,
just to talk shit to cover her pain. But man, as you saw in that scene right there, they just have some really great comedic writing for her.
Yeah. I love when she just pops up and everyone's like, why are you here?
yeah. And she has an answer for it.
Yeah, she
which
always
pretty much
does.
is like, I'm here to just kind of quietly fuck with you. She's great in the movie, man.
Something you haven't mentioned that I loved was their take on the Vulture, which I always saw as a third or fourth tier character. And I thought he was one of the best villains they've had, in as much as I really liked his motivation, that it wasn't like something tragic where, oh, my wife died and now I want revenge. He's just a dude, kind of a shady business guy who got screwed over and just decided, well, fuck it.
The most Marvel, I think, most relatable Marvel villain I can talk about.
Well, the reason why I think he works so well is because he compliments Peter Parker. Now, a lot of people are going to say that Michael Keaton as the Vulture here, what's the character's real name?
Adrian Toomes.
Yeah, Adrian Toomes. A lot of people are saying that, I don't know, man. I mean, if anything, he's just kind of a Band-Aid for Marvel's villain problem. No, he just doesn't have a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
But I think he's powerful because when I say that he compliments Peter Parker, Peter Parker is just that average Joe, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And this guy's average Joe, blue collar worker. They both kind of ground level too themselves. He really is just trying to get by. And I'm gonna tell you something.
He's just willing to maybe skirt the law to do it.
Well, at first he was trying. He's trying to
be
by.
legit.
I'm telling you, Tony Stark is an asshole. You wouldn't even have the villain, the Vulture, if Tony Stark, with his billionaire ass, wasn't taking it away from the little people. This man out here literally picking up scraps to feed his family.
Hey, Chief, we still have another load from yesterday. We're supposed to turn this in, right?
I ain't hauling it.
Dad, we could have made some pretty cool stuff from all that alien junk.
Let's keep it. The world's changing.
Oh shit, this world changing speech again. Heard this shit 100 times already. But if you notice right there, I mean, if you think about it, the Vulture would be a Trump supporter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I sympathize with him because he actually, and this is what I love about the character, just his philosophy on life. He's like, you know what? You guys come in, you tear all this shit up. You the ones that put people's lives in danger, and I'm out here trying to make a living from what you've done. And now you want to actually cash in on the destruction that you caused.
Yeah.
You know, you want to double down. Not only make a profit on putting people's lives in danger, but taking money away from me. And you understand what he's talking about. And I'm gonna tell you something. Michael Keaton does a lot of him who's not. He spends a lot of the movie not in that mechanical bird costume. He's actually just an average guy. You know, the guy who's making the stuff for him is that guy, the tinkerer, who's back there doing all that, the things that you see. He's not some genius guy. He has a guy doing it for him. But the few parts that you see him in there, and he don't need that Vulture costume to look menacing. There's a there's a part, and I don't want to tell too much. I know, man. There's a part where he got Peter Parker in his car. And he turns around, looks at that motherfucker and says, I dare you to say something. Peter just got his mouth open.
That scene is tense and hilarious at the same time. It's so good.
He's so menacing. Out of all the stuff we're talking about, the character and how the people feel like real people, kids are genuine, it's still a comic book movie.
Sure.
And you're going to get comic book action. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying out of everything that they've done so well in this movie, that the action seems like it's the thing that they have to do here. You know, they have to have the last minute saves. It just stands out when there's a lot of other things that they do that feel so relatable, as we were saying. And I will say this about the action in the movie, and I will say this about the special effects. They blend well with the stuff that does feel normal, except for a couple of set pieces like a big tugboat or near the end of the movie where, you know, the movie does have to go crazy. They managed to blend that action in and make it seem like it really does fit in part of the neighborhood. Sure. Makes it feel like part of the world. Talking about how great this movie is, and I think it's going to be perfect for a lot of people like some films are that we're really hyped for. No movie's going to be perfect for anybody out there, but I do think there's some things here that I like that some people are not going to like.
Okay.
For one, and I don't think I'm nitpicking anything when I say this, because I'm just anticipating. I can't wait to see what people say after they see the movie, when they see how much Spider-Man's new suit can actually do.
You have 576 possible web shooter combinations.
It's Tony Stark tech, and I can see some people saying, well, that's cool, but that's kind of a cheat too, because whenever he needs something, he just reach in the ass of that suit and just pull it out.
That would be the case if they didn't do what we said earlier. It's like, all right, you got all this new power. What are you going to do with it? Right. And let's see if it's like giving a toddler a machine gun.
Maybe it'd be annoying if, again, it just wasn't as charming as it was. It's not just that his suit is like Siri. You know, Apple Siri. His suit is voiced by Jennifer Connelly, who's married to the Vision.
Of course. Tony Stark is just using the whole family.
He's bringing everybody in, man. I'll take care of my babies. But Jennifer Connelly does the voice, and when Peter's stuck somewhere for a long time, he gets bored. Him and the suit start chatting it up, you know, and it's an endearing scene.
Yeah, he treats it like Tony Stark treats Jarvis.
A couple of things I genuinely did not like that I thought were kind of flawed, because I see this done a lot in movies where they have a girlfriend or a love interest, and that's all they're there for, just for the character to have some urgency, just to have them have a love interest. And I don't think she had a lot of personality myself.
I think keeping her vague serves a greater purpose.
And I feel like this movie tried to focus on more of the relationship between kind of Tony and Peter, and basically that, as opposed to doing a whole dating romantic relationship thing.
Yeah. And That's not the best picture of her, but
What do you mean you didn't like me in the movie?
That's her on the right.
no.
Yeah.
Is that enough character for you right there?
That's her on the right.
Yeah, she goes through some really mass changes in this movie right there. Biggest problem that I had, they got that moment in the film where it's the moment, that life-changing moment where somebody told someone something earlier, some real deep piece of dialogue and advice, and right when they really need it, they look up in the sky and they could hear it in their head, and that just gives them this big old rush of power. And I was like, I wish I could let it slide, but I hate when they do that in any movie.
That was a little cheesy.
It is cheesy, but that's like the big moment taken from one of the most iconic comic book moments. Like anybody who's read that book, that's one of those scenes that defines Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Even when the movie might have taken me out of it at times where there was something I complained about or I didn't like, it would always do something with the characters to bring me back in. Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
every scene is somebody going like, damn, she's hot. And you're like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no. And she's fine as hell, man. I'm not going to lie. And everybody, I mean, she's at the restaurant and people getting thirsty over there. They bringing up free food and shit, you know. But Marissa Tomei, I mean, besides the sexiness, she really does. I mean, better than any Aunt May that's out there. She has true chemistry with Peter.
How many times do I have to say larb before you talk to me? No, I larb you. I have to tell you. Not a fan of that Tony Stark.
And she don't need to be, because I keep telling you, Tony Stark is an asshole. He's a creep too. Tony got a woman. Tony about to get Potts. He about to
Pepper
Potts. He about to get married, and he's still trying to creep.
Hey, May. How you doing? What are you wearing? Something skimpy, I hope.
And then he come talking about, I'm just playing Peter. And he's like, nah, where your fine ass in here, boy?
It's like slick as sandpaper, man.
Yeah, that little creepy ass laugh. I hope you're wearing something skimpy.
I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
Oh, but you know what? That's why I love Tony too. He don't give a fuck. Let me just say my piece right here. This is the best goddamn Spider-Man movie out there. Debate me. Talk shit to me. It is the best Spider-Man out of everything. All that 50 years of history that I showed you, this tops that. The only thing that I'm scared of is that we talked about all the seriousness and the tragedy in Peter Parker's life and in Spider-Man's life. And with this movie being so lighthearted and so much fun and so charming, I don't know how they're going to enter those next phases.
Well, it's got to get tragic after this.
I love this movie. It is a perfect Spider-Man film. I give it full price because it's not a perfect film itself. It's, you know, just some of the complaints that I had right there. Some of those small things right there. They keep it from being a perfect movie, but I'd be damned if it's not right on the edge about to put its toe into a better than sex film.
I think it is probably the best Spider-Man movie that we've gotten. And it's not a perfect film. There are some things that are off. And there was a few moments where I was like, this CG could use another pass. But it is a really fun, great film to go and see. It's a full price for me.
Yeah, the only thing that keeps it from a better than sex is what Goodwin said.
Yeah.
Beautiful and wonderful as it is, and I'm dying to go see it again, there's nothing in it that pushed me to that point of crying or going like, wow, they've done something I've never seen before. It's a perfect Spider-Man movie. It is a high full price.
I don't know if the thing is, like, I almost don't want to compare it to the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans because I like those a lot too. This one,
different time, different era.
Yeah, to its credit, it's interested in doing something different. Mm-hmm. It just made me really happy to watch it, and I hate being happy, so I give it some old bullshit. Take
that, YouTube.
No, it's a very high full price. It's right now. This is my favorite movie of the summer.
I got a wedding coming up on Friday. And we got planning to do, thank you, but don't get too happy because I'm bailing and I'm going to see this shit again. You better hope I get a ticket.
Where did Corey go? I saw him go swing off that way.
Yeah, shit, I might need somebody to stand in for me wearing a Corey face or something. Because if I don't get in on Thursday night, I'm going on Friday. Ain't shit stopping me. Spider-Man about to break up my marriage before it starts. That's how much I love this shit. The apes in this, I'm dying to see again, man.